Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? You are all welcome to this Earth series, and I'm going to be talking about something very important because this context I'm going to talk about today has put many people in a confused state whereby they ignorantly find themselves where they are today. And do you know the worst part of it? No, because they are already there, it has been an issue and something that they can no longer face. Why? Because it is too late. You know, it is an error when you are considering settling with someone and you do not put into considerations the most important thing that matters most. So, this teaching today is going to bring about more information that you as a woman or a lady or a young man who is considering getting or starting a family, you need to know because it's very, very important. So please, I want you to please help me share this video, help me share it, and also subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification bell because here is where we talk about all aspects of our health. So I'm going to talk about how your genotype and your blood group can increase the quality of your life. As we all know, genotype and blood group, they are very two important aspects of every human. And also, no two human beings are the same. Even identical twins, they are different in some ways. You might see many people, they can bear the same forms of resemblance. They may look alike. They may act the same, perhaps. They can even talk the same way, but in reality, no two people are absolutely identical. So, the genotype is the biological coding that ensures this specific uniqueness in an individual. And not the specific uniqueness, it also involves in our individuality. So the DNA that you have as an individual contain this manual instruction, the instruction manual that guides the formation of our genetic as well as our physical traits. So every intended couples or any lady or gentleman should know that sharing this information about each other, letting your intended spouse know about your blood genotype and your blood group, it can serve as an important forecasting guides for your offspring's genotype, quality of life, and their overall health. If you fail to let your future fans or spouse know about your blood genotype and your blood group, you are at the same time causing problem for your offspring. So it's very, very important that you share this information. Get to know your intended spouse, your life partner, anyone you wish to spend the rest of your life with. Let them know what your genotype is. And before you go into marriage, it's better you know the genotype and blood group of your spouse. So it's very important. So what is this blood genotype? A blood genotype indicates the genetic makeup of an individual, the individual blood in this entity. Everything that has to do with the individual blood, that is what your blood genotype means. Typically, there are 5 distinct types of blood genotypes, and they are AA, AS, AC, and SS and SC. These are the 5 distinct blood genotypes. I come again. We have the AA, AS, AC, SS, and SC. The first 2, which is the first 2 pairs, which are AA and AS, they are very normal. They are normal. And AC is rare. It's very rare. While the later 2, which are SS and SC, they are irregular. And these 2 pairs commonly cause sickle cell diseases. When you talk of these sickle cell diseases, it occurs when an individual blood cells are not shaped in the right way. It means they are misshaped or in a deformed and abnormal manner, potentially looking like there's going to be a kind of blocking of blood flows, which can cause pain and damages to the vital organs in the body. So normally the red blood cell is round. Naturally, it's in a round and flexible shape that can easily move through your blood vessel. However, in the case of sickle cell diseases, the red blood cell take the shape of a sickle. You know how a sickle looks like? It looks like that a sickle, like as if they're using to harvest fruits. So this rigid, sticky sickle cell can easily get struck in small blood vessel, and thereby it can lead to slow movement and at the same time blockage of blood flow and oxygen supply to part of the body. So how can knowing your blood genotype improve your quality of life? Knowing your blood genotype is very, very important because it can help to improve the quality of life of you and also as an individual. Is very, very important. So blood genotype, as you know, that is your own blood genotype and that of your partner, is a key component to consider before making the decision on a life partner. Yes, because it is the key. Because a father and mother genotype can ultimately crosses to determine that of the offspring. So that is why it is very important to equip yourself with the right information about genotype compatibility, which will help you make the best quality of life decisions where marriage and conception is concerned. So this can at the same time help you to avert the devastating effects that can ensue from these sickle cell diseases, and by also extending and improving your quality of life. This is why it's very important for you to know your blood genotype. Because many people today, they rush into this marriage. It is an error for you to plan your marriage without first knowing your blood genotype. I'll see cases of people where they have already printed their marriage card, done their introduction, do everything before they went to check their blood genotype and discover both are SS. It is an error. And then you now begin to pray for God to intervene. While you know what is right for you to do, Make sure in everything you do, you have to get wisdom. You need wisdom to make the right choice and making it at the right time. But if you make the right choice at the wrong time, that is no wisdom. So when it comes to your blood genotype, make sure, get to your marriage or what you're talking about, marriage or starting a family, the first thing you need to consider should be your blood genotype. If you are okay, you are compatible, then you can carry on with other processes. Not at the end, you discover that the genotype are not compatible. What an error. So now, what are these blood genotype, or what blood genotype are compatible? What are those blood genotypes that are compatible for people who are considering starting a family? The first, we have 5 distinct blood genotypes which are listed. So the AA genotype has the best compatibility ratio. That is to say, an individual with AA genotype can choose a life partner from virtually all types of these categories with an extremely minimized possibility of sickle cell offspring. So, some research has also shown that why this AA genotype is the best in terms of compatibility, it also have its own limitation. The people that are AA genotype, they are susceptible to malaria. They have high risk of being attacked with malaria. So, if you are an individual who has this AA genotype, it is very, very advisable that you minimize your exposure to mosquitoes and at the same time take other malaria prevention strategies seriously. It's very good for your health. So the second one is the AS genotype. The AS genotype is best compatible with AA. That is to say, if a man is AA genotype, it can go for AS genotype, is best compatible. And if a woman is AS genotype, she can also go for AA genotype, is best compatible. Both of them can go together. So a genotyping pairing of these ALs with AS or AS and AC, this can pose an increased chances of sickle cell offspring. What am I saying? If a woman is AS or she is AC, these two pairing can increase the risk of having a sickle cell offspring. Similarly, a pairing between AS and SS or AC and SS is equally as risky as he advised why a pairing of 2 sickle cell individuals will almost certainly result in sickle cell offspring. So, the summary of what I'm trying to say is this. AA genotype can pair with AA genotype, and this is excellent. It is excellent because all their offspring are going to be AA all through. On the other hand, AA can pair with AS and is good because the chances is that they are going to have AA and AS offspring, which is good. Then the other one is AA can pair with AA that pair with SS, is very, very fail. The reason is that they are going to have at least just all their offspring carry that AS, sickle cell, in their among their offspring. It's just fair, which is not just good. But it's fair, not that the risk is very high, but they are going to still have children with AS. Then the next one is if an individual with AA genotype pair with an individual with AC genotype, this will be good. It will also be good because they are going to have at least maybe one of this AC as their offspring, while others will be AA. So the next one is if an individual with AX pair with AS. This is very, very bad. It's very, very bad because they are going to have at least AS, and there is going to be a possibility of a sickle cell, SS, as their offspring. It's very bad. It's very bad. And why AS plus AC pair together, this case is very bad, and they need advice. They need advice to cope with because it is not advisable. On the other hand, SS and SS is very, very bad. Also, AC and SS is very bad as well. And AC and AC are also very, very bad because it also needs advice. And so from this summary, you can say that the best compatible genotype is AA with AA or AA with AS. But when someone with AS is pairing with AS, this is very bad and the risk is so unbearable. So now you begin to wonder, is there a cure for this abnormal blood genotype for people that are already in this situation? What would they do? How will they cope with it to minimize those effects or the risk that are accomplished with it? During these 1960s, early 1960s, sickle cell diseases was thought to be deliberately and incurable. Like when somebody have a child with sickle cell, they said it is incurable. But recent research, however, have revealed that specialized bone marrow or stem cell transplants, can be used to cure the ailment. So, when you talk of this bone marrow transplant, is the only no cure for this sickle cell disease. And this cure or this method involve a kind of replacing the abnormal stem of the cell, residing in one of the bone marrow with a healthy one from an eligible donor. There must be someone who will donate the bone marrow or the stem cell to the individual in order to remove the abnormal one and fix it. And this eligible donor can usually be a brother who has a healthy genotype or a sister. So, but the risk involved in this process or procedure is very high. And as such, the procedure is rarely performed because sometimes it can even lead to, the outcome and be so deadly. So that is why many people does not want to go through these processes. So that is why, to minimize this risk and all this, that is why we need to know our genotype before considering marriage. So after we know about that, what is the next point we need to know about is what are your blood group? What are the blood group? So this blood group, is a function of heredity. It's a function of heredity, and this means that it is passed down from parents to their offspring. So it generally refers to the entity of the antibodies. The antibodies there means that you have your natural defense, because everybody has their immune system, and the immune system uses these antibodies to protect the whole body. And so if you have these antibodies in your blood, which contain in your blood, and also you also have the antigens. The antigens is the substance that causes your immune system to begin to produce the antibodies needed to protect the entire body. And apart from that, your blood also have other molecules present at the surface of the red blood cell. So currently we have up to about 4 common blood groups. And what are these blood groups? We have the blood group A, blood group B, blood group AB, and blood group O. So in some cases, there are some rare cases that the red blood cell, that they possess a unique substance. This unique substance, known as the resource factor or ROH factor, which is also refers to as the ROHD antigen. And so this ROHD antigen, is what is present at the surface of your red blood cell. So where a red blood cell is tested positive to this ROHD, it simply means that the antigen is present on the surface of a red blood cell. Conversely, if it is tested and it tests negative for this ROHD, it means that the antigen is absent. So why is it very important for you to know your blood compatibility? Just as knowing your genotype compatibility is also very important, you also know your blood group compatibility. And with proper knowledge of your blood group is very needed before you undergo any sort of blood transfusion. So one of the reasons why you need to know your blood group is for, in case of emergency blood transfusion. Maybe someone has an accident, or maybe surgery, or during delivery, and they run out of blood, so they need to transfuse blood to them just to save their life. And so the blood group of the donor must first be identified to establish this compatibility with the blood group of the recipient, person that is receiving the blood. So if this process is not carefully and judicially taken, complication might arise from the simplest of blood transfusion, which could even turn an ordinary harmless procedure to be fatal. These are cases whereby many people, after they have undergone blood transfusion, within a while, because of the incorrect blood, it can take someone's life. Because of that antigen on the surface of your blood is very, very important. For instance, if someone with a blood type or a type A blood group, maybe the person is a type A blood group, this person with a type A blood group has some type B antibodies which occur naturally in their blood. And in the cases of this type A recipient who is going to be transfused with the blood from a type B donor, this anti-type B, antibodies might not cause what is called intravenous agglutination. What is this? That is when person are given blood transfusion of the wrong blood group. This is when the situation called intravenous agglutination occur. And when it occurs, the antibody reacts with incorrect transfused blood group. And as a result, this cannot begin to cause a kind of loop up and stick of blood, make the blood begin to clot together. Instead of flowing, they will begin to form loop and clotting of the blood. And because of this incorrect blood group, it causes make the blood to blood agglutinate. So a type A blood recipient blood can now begin to agglutinate to that type B blood. So in other case, or in the other way around, a type B recipient who is transfused with a type A donor will also agglutinate as a result of the type A antibodies in the type B red blood cell. So that is why it is very, very important that you know your own blood group. Knowing your blood group, apart from transfusion, whether you are a donor, whether you can donate to someone or you can receive from someone, your blood group can also tell you. We have the universal donor, we also have the universal recipient. We can also receive blood from every type of blood group. And we also have the one that can donate blood to any type of blood group. So knowing your blood group is very important. And I believe that this piece of information has blessed you today. So kindly do me well to share this video, because when next time come and we look at, and we take us to find out the importance of also knowing your blood group before pregnancy. Even as a woman, before you consider pregnancy, why is it important for you to know your blood group before pregnancy? So this is what you need to find out, why you should know your blood group type, and how does this your blood group type also affect your pregnancy, and how does this blood group type also affect your overall health, including your fertility. So this is what I will take us through in my next teaching. Please do well to share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well, and God will bless you as you do so. So remember that our blood genotype is very important, just as our blood group is also very important. So let's try to pass this information to our youth, our sisters, our brothers, our friends, female friend, colleagues as well. Let them name, because knowledge is very, very powerful. The information you get can save you a whole lot. So instead of finding yourself in that situation and it's too late to address it, so let us make amends and let us make the right decision. So it's very, very important. So if you are still here today and you are here to know your blood type or your genotype, please, it doesn't spend much. Just go to the lab and get your blood. A sample of your blood can test for your blood group and at the same time your genotype. So these are what you need so that they can help you. It can help you as well as it can also pass the information so that it can also help others. So it's better we save life than just rushing into it, and at the end of the day we start facing the consequences. So let's try to make sure we find out about our genotype and our blood group before it's too late, and it can help us all the way. So thank you all for joining this session today, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell on the YouTube channel, or you can follow me on my Facebook page, Dynamic Health and Awareness with Juliet, where we talk about our aspect of our health. God bless you, and I wish you a blessed day. Stay blessed, and see you on my next edition. Bye.